This is completely stuck to the table. I love espresso and I love traveling. And sadly, I haven't really been able to have both. Until now. This is the OutIn Nano and it's probably my favorite coffee gadget ever. Although I'm not sure you can call this a coffee gadget because it is a full-on espresso machine. It's lightweight, it's durable, it heats its own water, and it runs on battery power. So gone are the days of endlessly searching in new cities for good coffee shops. Now you can bring your coffee with you and make some pretty serious espresso wherever you are. Trip away, work, camping, cinema, church, cafe. Okay, hold up, that sounds too good to be true. A battery-powered coffee machine that's capable of making espresso? It's not possible. Well, yes it is. And maybe let's not bring it to a cafe because, you know, you'll make people jealous. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and the thumbs up button. If you're already subscribed, welcome back and you look great today. On this channel we talk about everything to do with coffee for you home brewers. If it's showing you cool new products or just giving you tips and tricks on how to make better coffee at home. So what's this little machine all about? Well, OutIn sent me this kit and I have to say, before they did send this to me, I had already heard about OutIn. I think if you search for travel espresso, the first thing that's going to come up is this. OutIn have been around since late 2021 and their goal was simple, ambitious, but simple. They wanted to make an espresso maker that you could bring anywhere. In their words, quality espresso blurring the boundaries between indoors and outdoors, bringing comfort to your living experience at all times. Not sure about you, but I do feel comforted knowing that I have good coffee on hand. If I'm away on a trip or I'm out somewhere, I kind of get a little bit angsty knowing that I don't have good coffee. You know when you get used to something and then you don't have it, you feel like you're lacking something? Roll into 2022 and OutIn had designed and upgraded their prototypes for release in early 2023. So let's take a look, right? And first things first, the form factor is really small. For what they're managing to cram in here, I'm really impressed with the size of this thing. All of this houses the water reservoir, the pump, the electrics, the batteries, the shower screen, the basket, and the portafilter. You've got one button on the front, you've got your lid at the top, and then you've got your cup and portafilter at the bottom. Now, there are various different versions of this bottom bit where the coffee goes, but we'll come back to that in a minute. The unit itself, I think, looks really smart. Yes, it's made of plastic, but they wanted it to be lightweight, so there is a bit of a trade-off there. The build quality is great though. It feels solid and durable, and it feels like it would take a bit of a beating, which I'm not going to do. Don't worry, no OutIn Nano was harmed in this process, just a bit of clever editing. The lid to access the water reservoir is at the top and it's held in place with a little rubber seal, so if you do knock anything over, it's not going to make too much of a mess. And the reservoir itself is lined with metal, and if we look on the inside, you'll see that there is a little hole down here, which is where the water is drawn down from. The reservoir itself acts as its own little kettle should you choose to have this machine preheat the water for you. But let's go back a step, because if you love coffee and you love traveling and you want to be able to bring your coffee machine with you, then chances are you've probably heard of the AeroPress, you've heard of the Wakako PicoPresso, even some of the smaller flare units. And these are all great espresso machines or coffee makers, but the only thing that they're missing is being able to heat up your water. I searched for months on end trying to find portable kettles even to pair with my AeroPress when I'd go traveling, and it would be infuriating to see that there were no decent kettles out there that would do the job. So the ultimate selling point of this machine is that it heats up the water for you, and it does it all in this one small unit. I remember seeing this machine for the first time and thinking I need to have it. So I went onto their website and I saw all of these really cool marketing videos about being able to make espresso anywhere you were, whether it was a mountaintop or in a forest or on the beach or whatever it was. And I got really excited until I saw the basket. So this thing would hold about 5-ish grams of coffee in it, and that's not very much when you think about it. It is a very small basket. But I thought, look, maybe that's the sacrifice you have to make, right? Small dose, pressurized basket. Maybe that's just the trade-off that you have to have good espresso on the move. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But then I saw this. This is the Nano Basket Plus kit. Well, shit. Take all my money. So this Nano Basket Plus kit, which I would say is an absolute mandatory add-on if you're serious about espresso and you're thinking of buying this machine, essentially makes this into the ultimate portable espresso machine. So you can get a 16-gram dose in here in a non-pressurized basket. It does only have one small hole here at the bottom, but it is a bottomless basket. You get the heating element. You get a pump that's powerful enough to extract all of the delicious flavors from your coffee. What is not to love? Right, I guess we should see this thing making an espresso then. Now I should say that this is the base level of the machine, right? It comes with this as standard. This kind of stuff over here comes as an additional extra. The Nano Basket Plus is absolutely well worth it, but it is extra, and so is the stand, which is lovely, by the way. So in the box, you've got your small basket, which fits about 5 grams, and you can pop that shower screen on top, put it into the portafilter, and then screw it into place. Or you also have a pod attachment. So we've got a little coffee pod here. We can pop it into the pod attachment, push it down, put it into the portafilter, and we can screw that in, and now we can make pod coffee as well. Now, if you want to get any or all of these, you can check out OutIn.com and you'll see all of the things that are available. There are a few other accessories as well. If you do want to get a little bit of a discount, please use the link below in the description or use the code Nick's Coffee Studio to get yourself 10% off. Thank you, OutIn. Right, back to making espresso. Now, I'm going to use the Basket Plus because, well, why not? It makes the best espresso. So let's just get rid of these. We can leave those behind and let's get our Basket Plus ready. Now you might be thinking this is great, we've got a nice basket, we've got a tamper, we've got a dosing ring, we've got a nice machine, but if you're really serious about coffee, you'll want to be grinding your own beans, and that's true. OutIn are actually working on their own battery-powered portable grinder as well. You might have seen it online, it's not quite ready yet, but it's coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Okay, so I'm gonna dose out my 16 grams. Let's get this out of the way here for a second. Another thing that OutIn do are these vacuum canisters, and I really like this. It's a battery-powered vacuum canister. That's a mouthful. And essentially, it's just going to pump out the air that's in there, slowing down the oxidation process for the beans inside, keeping them fresher for longer, which is great. All you have to do is press a button, and it's going to suck all the air out. There's a little red dot here that'll sort of be sucked in, so you'll know that the vacuum is active. And once the vacuum is active, it is actually impossible to get the lid off until you press this middle button, and then it just pops off. So let's dose out our 16 grams of coffee. What are we at there? 12.4. This thing is automatic, so when you put the lid onto the coffee canister, it will automatically just suck the air out. But it just sort of does it at random times, and now this is completely stuck to the table. I could actually lift the table up with this right now. So let's depress that, and yeah. It's gonna do it again now. Right, 14.2, let's get a few more grams in here. 16.7, let's go back. 15.8, 15.9, that'll do. So let me try and demonstrate the automatic feature of this. Let's put it back on, and it'll suck the air out. That's what's supposed to happen. Now, we've got our 16 gram dose. We'll give the beans a little bit of a spritz. And then I'm going to use the Varia Evo, which is another battery-powered hand grinder. Let's dose in our beans. Screw it on and let it do its thing. Hello? Okay. All right, thanks. Bye. And it sounds like we're done. Okay. Leave you there. Smell good, coffee good. So this comes apart in a few different sections. We've got our basket, we've got our shower screen, we've got our portafilter, sort of. So if we put our basket into the portafilter and we put our dosing ring on the top, then we can pour our beans in. Lovely. Now this does come with a little needle distributor tool, which I seem to have lost. Aha! So this is our little needle distributor tool, which the goal is to kind of break up any clumps and just give it a stir. I mean, it works. It'd be nice to have a sort of few needles rather than just the one, but for all intensive purposes, it works. Okay. Let's give that a little tap down. And now what you're supposed to do is use the lovely tamper, which is nice and ridged actually on the bottom, which is, so it feels really good actually. We're supposed to use this on top of the dosing ring and push down until you can't push anymore. And that's supposed to be the correct amount of pressure. And we take that off and we can see that we do have a lovely little ridged effect on the top of our puck. So now we put our shower screen on and then we can screw the portafilter into the unit. Make sure it's tight. We are working with high pressure hot water here, so tight is best. So that's it, puck prep done. And at this point now I have two options here. I can put in room temperature or cold water into the reservoir and I can long press and that will heat up the element and it'll heat up the water for me. Or I can put in already hot water and just press it once and that will start the pump straight away. If I choose the option to have the machine preheat the water for me, it's going to heat up to about 92 degrees Celsius or 193, I think, if you're American. 198. Maths. I need to be better at maths. 198, around that. You'll hear a beep then when the water is finished heating and the pump will begin. Now, if you're using the heating function, so you're putting in cold or room temperature water, you'll get about 5 espressos out of this on one charge. If you're putting in already hot water, then you're likely to get somewhere around the 200 mark. Now, I haven't had this machine long enough to be able to test 200 espressos on it, so I can't really confirm or deny that. We're also working with a 20 bar pump here. Now that's not to say it's going to be pumping out your espresso at 20 bars, but it's capable of 20 bars. My best guess is that with the grind size that we have, we're looking at maybe 11 or 12 bars, give or take. Okay, so here we go. I've got some heated water right here. In the reservoir, you have markings, so it shows 50 mil, 70 mil, and then a max line. I'm guessing the max line is about 80 mils. So right now we're gonna fill it up to about 70. So you can do longer shots if you want, and this will run until the water has run out. Okay, up to the 70 mark. Put our lid on. Now, I could use this nice cup that it comes with, but it's opaque, so it won't really show you what's going on. So I'm just going to use this cup. Now we're going to use the stand because why not? The stand is not completely necessary, but it's nice to have. Okay, so we've put in our hot water already, so I'm just going to do a quick double tap and our pump should start straight away. It's not loud, doesn't make a big noise or anything. And here we go, we've got espresso. And it will auto turn off when it kind of detects that there's no more water to go through the pump. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks like a really tasty shot. So let's put our other cup under here just as a kind of a catch cup. let's give it a taste. Wow. So let's remember here, it's not the most balanced shot in the world by any means, but let's remember that this is a portable espresso machine that essentially can come anywhere with you and run completely on its own power. That is completely passable as a decent shot. In fact, it's probably better than you'll get in some cafes like Costa or Starbucks or any of those. This is really delicious. If I was having this on the top of a mountain or while I was out hiking or something like that, I'd be more than happy with this. God damn, it's good. Okay, so who is this for? Well, anyone and everyone, really. Whether you're using the pod adapter, whether you're using the small ground coffee basket for supermarket coffees, or you want to go with the Basket Plus option, it covers everyone. Even for the specialty coffee lovers that want to grind their own beans, the Nano Basket Plus is going to do exactly what you want it to do. So if you're a weekend away person, you travel a lot, or you just are always out and about and you find yourself wanting great coffee while you're at the top of a mountain, yes, it's for you. It's for everyone. You can even bring it to work with you. I mean, it's small enough not to be intrusive, it's quiet enough not to be distracting, and it's just so portable and accessible. It's easy to use, it's easy to clean. All you have to do is screw out the thing, knock out the coffee, and then you're good to go again. In my opinion, this unit is absolutely great. I really hope it stands the test of time. The accessories are thoughtfully designed as well. The stand that it's on is made of metal and it's got a sort of a rubber gaskety seal thing on the top so you're not scratching the machine off the metal. You get a spoon, you get your tamper, and you get your dosing ring, you get your little WDT. Other things that you can buy as well are the vacuum canister like we showed. That is, I think this is great. And it also comes with this really lovely travel case, and inside you can house the OutIn Nano itself, a couple of the accessories, everything packs up really neatly. So OutIn have really done a great job here. Downsides, not many. Yes, I wish it wasn't made of plastic, but we have to think about keeping the weight down, so there's the trade-off there. Maybe I'd like a clear cup or a glass cup. That might be nice, but again, we want to keep the weight down, so that's another trade-off. But overall, these are small things when we look at the bigger picture of how simple and how easy this is to use, how user-friendly it is, how accessible it is, and how it's going to make you great coffee no matter where you are. All you need to do is keep it charged up. And again, those downsides mean very little when you've got such quality espresso coming out of this thing. Hopefully you have got something out of this video. If I have inspired you to make a purchase, then please do use Nick's Coffee Studio coupon code on checkout and you'll save yourself a bit of money, and I don't think you're going to regret it. This machine is great, and for the price, I'm really impressed with it. It makes great coffee, it's easy to bring around, and it's durable. Please do hit the subscribe and the like button. I'm not getting paid for any of these videos, so that is the best way to show your support. Alright, that wraps it up for today, and I will see you in the next video.